don't feel I need to ask the permission of this board.
We're not asking you to ask our permission, David. We're just showing you we're concerned.
Well, I don't want you to be concerned. It's nothing to do with Hammond Transport. It's what I'm doing in my own time.
Look, it is dangerous, Dave. You'll accept that.
All right, it's dangerous. I mean, is that what's worrying you? That I might not be able to perform my executive duties?
Now, have you got a car?
Yes, I have got a car. I'm entered and I'm racing. Don't care what any of you say, I'm doing it. With or without your permission or your sponsorship or anything.
If we could pause for a moment and face that as a fact.
It is a fact.
We could possibly consider turning it to good account.
No, Martin, I'm absolutely against this firm having any connection whatsoever with motor racing.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to.
Now, if he wants to go ahead and break his neck, well, let him.
I'd merely like to say that since David appears to be determined to race anyway, and since we're looking for general publicity, it seemed a pity to miss the opportunity.
Ah, if we could.
We haven't the funds. We've already increased our advertising allocation. That money is committed. You've seen the plan.
I was assuming the car was already paid for.
I've made my own arrangements, yes. And would you like to examine my bank statement?
Oh, don't be so childish, David.
My wife hasn't paid for the car. It isn't a new one. At present, I own less than half of it. But the rest will be paid as and when.
No, I'm not interested. If you want to risk your neck driving a racing car, fine. Go ahead. I give it a month. I'm only concerned with the possibility of an accident and the effect that it will have on this company. Apart from the effect that it will have on your mother, on your wife. Well, obviously, I can't stop you.
You make it sound like Grand Prix. I mean, it is a club race, Formula Ford, with ordinary road tyres, a production engine, the baby stage. It looks like a racing car, it handles well, but it isn't as powerful as many cars on the road. I am not going to kill myself. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yeah, it'd be good for morale, too. I'd take an interest myself.
Would you, Bill?
Aye, I would. I know the lads would, too. Look, one would organise a works outing to go and see it.
Oh, we could do that.
Oh, yes, there are all kinds of possibilities. My point simply was, why not give it a try? It would cost very little.
It's my car. I'm not having Hammond Transport stickers on it for nothing.
And I'm not sponsoring your hobbies for nothing either.
Couldn't we split the cost down the middle?
Look, I'm sorry, but what do we stand to gain, if anything?
Not a lot unless I was winning, and then the usual press coverage. But if we linked it to our advertising...
Exactly. I think it would help the image of the company enormously. It's youthful, it's competitive, it's modern.
Our advertising campaign is mapped out already. It's out of the question.
It's a bit dull, though. I mean, Laurie,
Well, it's too late to change it now, Jenny.
I'm not suggesting we change it, Brian. Just introduce a new theme gradually. I mean, for what it would cost.
Well, what would it cost?
It's all there. I mean, that's fuel, engine rebuilds, plugs, tyres, entry fees, depreciation. Now, that's for a whole season. Now, I've reckoned on the tyres lasting between 6 and 8 races.
And they agreed?
Finally, yes. Brian was against it, and so's Ted, but they let it through. I pay half, and the firm pays half.
But couldn't you get a professional driver, David? Wouldn't that be much better?
Well, not for me, it wouldn't. If anyone's driving, I am. Professional driver. You've got no faith, woman.
Well, you're hardly likely to win, darling.
How do you know?
Well, you haven't had any experience.
Well, I might be a natural. I mean, look at Fittipaldi, 3 months after he started...
Well, I don't feel safe with you driving to the shops. You go much too fast.
I drive very well. Anyway, you shouldn't tell a man he's not capable of driving properly. It's worse than telling him...
All right, all right. But you do.
How many convictions have I got, then?
1.
Oh, that was a radar trap. Doesn't count.
Well, you haven't been caught, that's all I can say.
I have a clean licence, almost. I've never had an accident. Touch wood. Not even a scratch. Charlie's written off 3 cars, and one of them was his father's.
Well, I don't want to come and watch you racing.
Why not?
Well, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't just sit there and watch you whizzing round.
Well, you're not going to just sit there. I want you to do the timings.
Me?
Yes, you. With a board and a row of stopwatches. That'll keep you busy.
Well, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Couldn't I be absolutely hopeless?
You'll learn. See some of the birds in the pits. You'll soon learn.
So far, so good, then.
Well, I'd say so. Once you start going public, there's not a lot that can happen to hold up the process. Solicitors and auditors might quibble sometimes, but in your case, they've acted very reasonably. Of course, the real test only comes when you put the issue on the market.
You've done a splendid job, Martin. Even Ted is convinced about it now, and that's no small achievement.
Well, I've enjoyed doing it, Brian. If nothing else, it's provided me with some much-needed company.
Yes, we're not a bad team to work with. Ted has his moments when he needs gentle handling, but all in all, we get on pretty well.
I must say, I think Ted's one of the best things about Hammonds. It isn't every day in the city you come across someone with his downright honesty.
You're right, but I'd hate to have him hear you say it. He'd never let us forget it. Cheers.
Happy days. You seem to be fairly well established here now.
Oh, yes, comfortable enough.
Do you find you take easily to the bachelor life again?
Yes, much more easily than I expected. I suppose I'll find it more difficult in the holidays, not having the children around.
You know, Brian, I've always thought of you as the kind of man more suited to being a bachelor. You're self-sufficient in many ways. You enjoy your work. You get absorbed in it. And you have a number of outside interests.
Yes, but work isn't everything. Oh, I admit I enjoy what I do, and I'm ambitious enough to want to make something of it, but given the choice, I'd opt for a happy personal life any day.
Well, I did have one, once. But you know, since Judith died, I've not found anything even approaching the life we had together. Oh, I've got over the actual loss. But I find it very hard to face up to being alone.
Well, you've always been an idealist, Martin. You need the perfect complement to yourself, and you won't be happy unless you have it. I'm more pragmatic, more, well, realistic. Still, I envy your qualities. If I had them, I probably wouldn't have... Well, my marriage wouldn't have been such a mess.
Brian, I'd like to ask you about Jennifer.
Oh, yes.
You know that I've been seeing her quite a lot.
Yes? And I didn't imagine all your meetings were about business.
Yes, they might have been more successful if they were. What is it about Jenny that makes her so unwilling to commit herself?
To you mean?
No, I know the reason for that. She told me that she's been very involved with Edward.
Yes.
And that's certainly the impression I've got. For a while, I thought it might even affect my relationship with him in the company.
Oh, no, Ted's much too sensible to let that happen.
I know Jenny's more attached to him than to me, and as much as it's possible, I think she's in love with him. But I am fond of her, Brian, and if there is something that's keeping them apart, I would feel justified in asking her to marry me. But I'd have to know.
Have you asked her?
Not directly. She just says they were close, and then, well, they went their separate ways. But she never said why exactly.
Well, circumstances haven't always favoured them, Martin.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not for me to account for Ted and Jenny's feeling for one another.
No, but you must have some idea.
I really can't say. I suppose they've been too close for too long. I don't think it's helped working together day in, day out at the depot.
Yes, I've told her I think she's too involved with Hammonds.
Oh, that's hardly surprising. She's had to work hard to establish herself with us. You know, it hasn't been easy being the only outside shareholder in a family business.
Yes, that must have been difficult for you all. In fact, it would explain a lot.
You know, if I were you, Martin, I'd let Jenny take care of it. She's known Ted much longer than she's known you. Why should she rush things?
Well, home.
Yes.
I am, at least.
Well, I'm staying tonight here as well. And if you don't want me to share your bed, well, I'll sit down here. But I'm not going back to that house on my own.
Oh, I'm tired.
Do you want some of this?
No, thanks.
Well, you haven't had much, you know. I mean, just a sandwich at Ski Pond.
No, I don't want anything.
You've had that expression on your face ever since we left Amsterdam.
What expression?
The haunted, hunted look. You make me feel like a bailiff.
I said, I'm tired.
Would you like me to run you a nice hot bath, eh?
No, thanks. One for you, I suppose?
Now, you manage to make that sound as though I can't ever refuse.
You don't? Often? Yeah.
I thought you said you were tired.
I am.
Well, then go to bed.
When I'm ready.
I shouldn't have gone to Amsterdam, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter now.
Yes, it does. I was wrong. Oh, I am a possessive bitch. I can't help it. I know what it's like to be followed around everywhere. I hate it. Brian used to follow me around years ago. I had to tell him. And then he made a great effort to keep out of my way. to make me feel reasonably free to do as I liked, and of course that was worse. I was always so conscious of it. In the end, of course, I was given too much freedom. I had to use it.
You should go back to Brian.
I'm not going back. I don't want to go back. I'm staying here with you.
Well, I'm only...
There is no going back.
I'm only telling you, warning you. I think it's best. I'm not going to be any use to you.
I don't care, Nick.
You will.
No. As long as I'm of use to you, that's all I care about. I want to help you to work. Now, you said I do help you. I don't think you realize how important that is to me. I've never thought about anyone the way I think about you. And I don't just mean love. It's actually thinking someone is more important than I am. I don't think I've ever felt that about anybody in my life. I know I'm selfish, Nick. I always have been. But I don't want to go on being like that.
What happens when you're no longer any use?
If that happens...
You'll just go, then, will you?
Yes.
I don't believe you, Anne. You have a husband and 2 children, and I think you should go now. I'm not going to marry you. I'm not going to change. I've been reformed before. Oh, I'm seeing Brian. I'll try and explain.
Look, I don't want you to see him. He doesn't want to see you. Oh, Nick, please.
I'm going to bed.
Well, so am I. You don't want to leave me down here by myself.
I would like to. But that would take strength of character.
And our own mechanics will be there. Me as well, of course. We'll travel up the night before.
Fine. I'll come along as well. Just for the race, if I can get away.
Now, as for setting up the car, you'll need a level floor for that. I mean, dead level, to get the correct angle on the wheel line.
Yeah, but what about the advertising?
Oh, I've had the name sewn on the back of the overall.
No. I mean the car.
Well, Ted, there isn't going to be as much of that as I had hoped. Not of Hammond's, anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. We're not financing other people's advertising. I mean, the whole idea was approved on the basis that Hammond Transport would get prominent notice.
Yeah, we will in the future. It's just that, well, I couldn't get my car ready in time, so I've had to borrow another one. But there will be other occasions. Now, honestly, Ted.
Why don't you go in overalls? That'll cause a bit of a stir in the pits.
What, me in the pits? I'm going to watch it from the bar. Who else will be there?
Well, Jill, I hope.
What? Is that wise?
Well, a bit of excitement won't do her any harm. Anyway, it'll be better than worrying at home.
As Mother will be.
Well, bring her along too, if you like.
I don't think she'd appreciate that.
Well, do her good. Well, we could see how quick she was at changing a wheel.
I wasn't going to tell her anything about it at all, but she does know that you've been taking lessons, but I don't think she knows you're entering a race.
Well, we can telephone her from the circuit when it's over. After I've won.
You won't win?
You better add. Some of the lads have got a book going. I've got money on him myself.
What? On me to win?
Well, to be in the first 10. You'll be doing well to do even that.
Yes, I know I will.
Even with me there to show you out.
Hello, Brian.
I thought you were in Amsterdam.
We came back last night.
Where's Anne?
She's back as well. May I come in?
I don't want to talk, Nicholas. I have nothing to say.
I know how you feel. Just give me a few minutes, please, Brian.
All right, come in, but I'm very busy.
Working at home, are you?
Working?
Yes. Brian, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm sorry. Oh, I know that sounds easy. It's meant to be sincere. But when I said just now I know how you feel, I meant that, too. My first wife left me for someone else.
Not according to Anne. She said your first wife was a student. The whole thing was just a 6-month affair.
Well, yes, that is what I told her. In fact, it wasn't like that. Oh, we'd had our difficulties, just as you've had with Anne. Well, I never thought that she'd leave. It was a shock. I don't think I've got over it, really.
Yes, I suppose it is very common. Is that what you've come to tell me?
No, it isn't. Brian, I would like you to consider taking Anne back.
Why, have you finished with her now?
Brian, listen. Will you listen, please?
Yes. What happened? Didn't she turn out to be as good as you expected? Well, Anne's like that. You know, people used to wonder what she saw in me. But she's really quite ordinary underneath all that show, isn't she?
No, I don't think she's ordinary at all.
Well, why do you want to get rid of her, then?
Because I want her to be happy. I think she deserves to be happy. She needs help, Brian.
Well, I have no help to give her.
She misses the children.
She doesn't miss the... She's never been interested in the children. If she's having a sudden attack of conscience about them, she knows where they are.
She tells me that you've started divorce proceedings.
Yes?
I know that I'm responsible. I'm asking you to reconsider because it isn't necessary.
Oh, isn't it?
Not on my account, no. I have told Anne that there is no future for her with me. I know what I am by now.
What?
I like women. Sometimes I love them, but not for long. I can't commit myself anymore. In the long run, I have nothing to offer. I told Anne this morning I want her to leave.
Hello, Jill. It's Anne.
Anne! Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I suppose you've heard about our troubles. I don't want to bore you, Jill, but I would like to talk to somebody. I need someone to help me to see things objectively. Now, if it wouldn't embarrass you, I'd like to come round.
Well, of course you can, Anne, but the thing is, we are about to leave in a few minutes, I think, for the north. David's entered a motor race of all things, but we'll be back in a couple of days. Will it keep? Good. Well, will you come round and see us then? Fine, I look forward to it. Take care.
Yes. Goodbye, Jill.
You're better not getting involved.
Well, I don't know her very well, but if I can do anything to help, I will. She might want to go back to Brian.
You ready, darling?
Oh, yes, 1 minute.
I want to get up there tonight, get some sleep. Got to be up early for scrutineering.
What on earth is that?
Well, I'd better be off then, Mother.
Oh. I'm glad you're going to be there tomorrow, Edward.
Now, look, don't worry about David. He's going to be all right. Now, it's the machinery I'm worried about. It's very expensive and it isn't insured.
Well, if anything happens, I know you'll be at hand.
Yeah, to wring his neck.
Well, safe journey. Tell David I'll be thinking of him.
Now, look, he'll be all right. I'll give you a ring from the track round about 2:30.
Oh, please.
Oh, why don't you ring Brian, ask him round to lunch?
What, do you think he would?
Yeah. Ring him up, ask him.
I thought you might have gone.
Well, I haven't.
What are you looking for?
Nothing?
You just can't help it, can you?
I've always been very careful not to touch. But suddenly I just wanted to know.
What? I keep nothing of importance here.
Is that your first wife?
No, that was Felice.
Who's she?
Oh, a girl.
Have you got a photograph of your first wife?
Yes. Somewhere.
I wanted to find one. What are these? Holidays?
Some of them.
With your first wife or with Virginia?
Just put everything back, Anne, please.
Tell me!
With Virginia.
I can't bear the idea that you've had any sort of existence before this.
Talk to Brian.
Oh, Brian.
And I think that you should see him.
Look, I am completely opposite to Virginia. I am possessive, I know that. I want everything. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I know I'm wrong. I know I shouldn't do this.
No.
I'll do whatever you say.
You see? It isn't going to work.
I've always hated holidays anyway.
Yes? Oh, hello, Mother. Tomorrow? Yes, that'd be very nice. I'd like that. What sort of time?
I'm going to be at the back of the grid at this rate.
If you qualify.
What?
Joke, darling.
Is it? I'm not sure whether we've got the ratios right for this circuit. I want to try 25-27.
You want a diesel in here? No points to worry about then. Formula diesel, that's what.
Don't look so worried, darling. There's still some practice time left.
Transport, you said?
Yes.
Oh, we must get together sometime.
Well, if it's business, we're always interested.
Good.
Well, it's what we're here for, isn't it? Yeah, that's good.
You finding sponsorship worthwhile?
Well, I don't know. It's our first season. But actually, it's our first race. Still, it's encouraging.
We found it very good. Got to win, of course, to get decent coverage. But it helps the sport. We've put up the best time so far in practice, I understand.
Well, good luck with the race.
Oh, thank you. And to you. See you later, maybe, in the bar?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's nice to have met you, Mr. Hammond.
Oh, here's my card, if we can be of any use at all.
Oh, thank you.
What line are you going to say?
Generators.
I see.
I think I want to watch this race.
We should have gone too.
Edward did ask me, but I'm not really interested in motor racing.
No?
I find it so boring. Cars going round and round all the time, over and over again. The noise. Always the chance that someone will be injured or killed.
Yes, I was thinking more of the trip, the weekend.
Well, I've got a lot to do, Martin. The weekend's my only chance.
Jenny, why all the rush? It's too late to go anywhere for lunch now.
All right. I'll make you some here.
It was very nice, Mother.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, dear.
Yes, Nicholas Fox came to see me.
Oh?
Apparently Anne wants to come back.
She want to come back, or does he want to get rid of her?
Oh.
Well, what are you going to do?
Nothing, of course.
You're still going ahead with the divorce?
Yes, in the hands of my solicitor.
I don't like to think of her being on her own, despite everything.
Why not?
It isn't easy for a woman.
It isn't easy for me, Mother.
Oh, no.
She'll get someone else. She won't have any difficulty.
Can't help feeling a bit sorry for her. She's given up everything for this man.
Well, it's not my responsibility anymore.
What will she do?
I don't care. I hope he does throw her out.
Brian,
Oh, that's what'll happen. He's no fool.
I don't like to hear you sounding so bitter. Oh, yes, they'll be starting.
Been doing so well this year, just one minute. And on his first race ever, in the second row,
Oil pressure's all right.
driving for Hammond Company. And we wish you the best of luck in this first race. Drag up, and they're off.
Julie, you all right?
Oh, yes, I'll be fine in a minute.
Oh, I'll get us some water, shall I?
No, make it brandy.
Followed by Peter Marsh, then Jeff Rhodes, and then Alistair Roberts, and then David Hammond, number 3. Going up into Druids.
Here, Jill, drink this brandy.
No, I've got to do these towns.
Oh, Bill can do those, can't he?
No, I'm doing it.
No, you mustn't.
Yes, I'm not. I'm fine now, really.
Going down from Old Horton's Cascade. Now David Hammond's coming up on the inside. He's got up to 4th. He's taken on a 6 Peter Marsh. And we've lost one, I'm afraid. One's gone off into the bedroom. I don't know which one it is yet. I can't see the number.
Oh, it would.
There's absolute chaos over there. It's Tutor George who's gone up, but the driver's all right. Everybody else had to start, but it's changed the order. Coming up now towards the brook. In the lead, it's number 3, David Hammond, in his first race. And he's taken over from number 1, Terry Evans. And another car's gone. Yes, somebody else has gone off. You can see it. Number 3, David Hammond, still in the lead. Terry Evans is behind in second place. David Hammond in his first race in the lead. One tremendous thing for him. But can he hold his place?
Yes, thank you. Hello. My name's Fox. I want to book a flight to New York, please. Monday on your 7:05, if that's possible. Fine. No, I have a credit card. I'll collect the ticket at the airport. Nicholas Fox, 7A Shirley Place, W12. Yes, my vaccination certificate is current, and my visa's indefinite. No, a single. No, I don't know when I'm returning. Okay, thank you.
Have you no idea at all?
Nope.
Well, I can always get a visa from the American Embassy on Monday morning.
You are not coming with me, Anne.
I don't understand what I've done.
Nothing.
But you can't leave me, Nick. I love you and I want to be with you.
I've told you what to do,
Why?
because I think it's best.
Why? Why is it best? Why?
Anne, I didn't ask you to leave Brian.
He left me.
Well, you arranged it. He didn't have much choice. You arranged it and you came here. Fine. I didn't have much choice either.
You wanted me.
Yes, I did.
Damn well wanted me.
All right.
And now, for some reason, you don't. Well, you're busy, you're working. You're going here and there, Paris, Amsterdam. Now you've sprung New York on me. Do you know you don't look at me anymore? I can't talk to you. You're not looking at me now. Why is it?
I don't know. It's happened before.
You're not putting me in the spare room, Nick. Our relationship has got to be real.
Real?
Yes.
What do you know about what's real?
I know what I can accept.
Oh, yes.
You wanted me.
So I've wanted other women. It doesn't mean I expect them to follow me around forever.
Oh, I'm very sorry. You want me as part of your collection, do you? I didn't realize that. You and I were supposed to be in love.
You were in love.
I left my husband for you, Nick. My family and my home.
So now you can go back.
I am not going back.
Anne, I don't care where you go.
I am staying here.
No!
Nick, I don't think you realise. I'm not asking you to marry me or anything silly like that.
You are not staying here.
Why?
You really expect me to explain why?
Yes, I do.
Well, isn't it obvious?
No. Now, I should never have gone to Amsterdam. That was a mistake. I couldn't help it.
Look, I don't want a row.
No, nor do I.
It's best if you just go.
Why?
Because I don't want you.
You must give me a reason.
No!
Nick, if I am making mistakes, I want you to tell me, and if I can change, I will.
Anne, I've been through this before with other women. I don't know. I'm just not able to think in terms of a permanent relationship.
So you just want to use me, is that it?
Here we go.
Well, that's what it amounts to.
No more than you used me. You were bored with the life you had. You were bored with Brian.
Oh, yes, I was very easy, wasn't I? You didn't have to try very hard.
All right.
How do you think I feel?
I know. And I didn't intend that this should happen. I didn't ask you to leave your husband. I see things, and somehow everything I see belongs to me. You do. Or at least the idea of you does.
What about the rest of me? Just dismissed?
I'm trying to be as honest as I can.
Oh, is this what happened to your marriages?
No.
You started resenting your wives. Virginia was banished to the spare room and eventually out of the house. Is that what happened to your first wife?
I don't want to go into it. Anne.
Why not? Is that what happened?
No, it isn't.
Oh, Nick, you don't have to tell me anymore.
She wanted children and I didn't. We argued and argued until it got to the point of children or divorce.
You chose divorce.
No, not at all. One day she came to me with much the same story that you told Brian, except that she was pregnant. I never saw the child. I still don't know whether it was mine or his.
I'm afraid David Hammer's second experience has told. Terry Evans is now well in front. Next up is number 8, Jeff Groves, and then number 6, Peter Monk. And now we're on the last lap. Number 1, Terry Evans in the lead. Well clear of everybody else. Next up is number 8, Jeff Groves, and then number 6, Peter Marsh. And fourth is number 4, Alistair Osborne. Coming down now towards Lodge, all by himself. Terry Evans in the lead. A lovely drive. There's the checkered flag for Terry Evans, who wins the race.
Nowhere.
He's done well, though. You've got to admit that.
In ninth place, number 3, Nick.
Well, I'm off to the bar. See you in the paddock, okay?
Right. 9th, I think he was.
Really?
That's very good.
Yes, I think so.
Not bad for first time out.
There's still a lot more exciting racing here for you, those in Park this afternoon. The next race is the special saloon parts.
Don't you think, Bill? Ah, we'll have to watch out for that next time.
Yeah, Bill. Pour this out.
Right.
Well, you did well. Thanks. Oh, there's a man in the bar who wants to see you. Business, I think. I said I was busy.
Oh, business?
Yeah, that's what he said. His name's Houghton or Horton. He makes generators.
Thank you.
There we are, then.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You did well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I shouldn't have gone in front. There was too much pressure. Next time.
Oh, what a relief. Well, thanks for ringing. Well, at least he's in one piece.
Oh, David.
He came in 9th.
Oh,
Well, apparently that's very good.
is it?
Well, Edward says so. Having champagne, anyway.
Well, I'd better be off. Thanks for the lunch, Mother.
Must you?
Well, I've got work to do.
On Saturday? Brown, I wish you wouldn't. I know it's natural to want to lose yourself in work, but you want rest as well.
Well, at least it's something to do.
Have you heard from Carol since you told her?
Oh, yes, I've had a letter.
Does she mention anything?
No, not a word.
Thank you. They can come and stay here, you know, at any time.
Yes, well, well, maybe.
I'd like to be able to do something to help Brown.
You have enough to do.
Not really. I'm like you.
Auditor is the key to the company system, really. He represents the public's interest, a sort of spy on behalf of the shareholders. His main quality is independence, because if any of the figures are wrong or misleading, it's up to him to say so.
It's bad enough with one firm of accountants checking the books. Now there's two. Whatever made you pick accountancy as a profession?
I saw myself as a sort of business doctor, travelling from one firm to another, diagnosing curious troubles. I was in a partnership once, specialising in taxation problems. I'd have probably done much better if I'd stayed.
I don't know, you're very successful now.
No, I missed my moment.
You're being too modest.
Thank you. I'm flattered. But to quote the business jargon, that wouldn't be a true and fair picture.
Why?
Well, for one thing, I'm too old.
Too old?
Yes, if I was Paul Mariner's age, I might still have a chance, but as it is...
Oh, I don't believe that.
That's true. I'm paid a reasonable salary, more than my needs. But I'm not successful, not in my own terms. When the real decisions are taken at the bank, I'm there, but I'm not taking them. I suppose that's one of the reasons why I was glad to be offered this present challenge.
Is that what it is?
For me, yes. To me, it's important to see Hammond's launched as a public company.
You're essential to us, Martin. Without you, we'd never have got so far. You've transformed Hammond's into a really modern company.
It'd be nice to think so. Usually I'm no more than just a go-between. Not a very exciting position. At the bank, you never see any concrete results. It's all done on paper. Whereas at Hammond's, I've become personally involved. Ted's right, you know. It is the nuts and bolts of the business that really matter. Even in my advisory capacity, I've come to realize that. For the first time since... I can't remember when. I've gained real satisfaction for my part in the operation. Oh, yes. It's done a lot for me, Jenny.
As long as you can work, that's all I care.
I'm improving, but I don't think I'm very good.
You must be. People buy your paintings, offer contracts.
Yeah. But I'm not satisfied. You see, I've given it up before and started again. If I sign this contract, it's for so many pictures. It means I've got to work consistently.
Well, you have been doing recently.
Yes. And I admit that you've had something to do with it. But now I want to see if I can go on working on my own.
Well, I shall be here when you get back.
Well,
Don't
if you...
argue. Want a drink?
Please, yes.
One last one before bed.
Is that the time? So I phoned Virginia.
Shall I leave then?
Hello? Yeah, it's me. About tomorrow... Yes? Fine. Mm-hmm. All right. Good night, Virginia. No. She'll be gone by then.
Nick?
We're just going out. For a walk. Back in about an hour.
You see, what I didn't realise was that when I got into the lead, I should have just concentrated on driving the thing and relaxed more. Next time, I'll hold back. What's the matter, Jill?
Oh, it's nothing. So it's quite all right now. I was just feeling a bit dizzy for a moment.
Come on, sit down here. Come on.
I'm all right, really. It's nothing.
You sure?
Yes.
You felt dizzy before?
No. Well, just a little bit yesterday while you were driving. But that was nerves.
I'll call the doctor, shall I?
Oh, darling. Doctors don't come rushing out because someone feels a bit dizzy for a few seconds on a Sunday.
Yes, I know, but you...
But nothing. You're supposed to be a man with the nerves of steel, aren't you? Keen eye and a steady hand on the wheel.
You just lie back there and don't move.
Go on, then. You go and get the drink, Superman, and shut up.
Well, I'm bound to worry.
You're bound to worry. What do you think I felt like yesterday with you charging round like you were? And you're now going to do it again.
I'm going in the morning. I don't want you to be here when I do go.
What about when you get back?
You won't be here then, either.
I've told you, Nick, I don't want to go back to my own home.
Virginia's coming tonight.
Why?
Business. There's quite a lot we have to talk about.
Well, I can still stay out. I don't mind you talking.
No.
I can go and come back even.
She may be here quite late.
Look, I don't care what you say, Nick. I'm not leaving.
If it is late, she'll stay the night.
Well, so what? There's the spare room. She always sleeps in there.
Yes.
So?
But I don't want you here.
No.
If you insist on staying...
What?
Nothing.
You throw me out, is that what you're trying to say?
No, of course not. I'd leave tonight instead. I'm not violent, Anne.
No, I know you're not.
I really don't know what else to say.
So, you want me to pack my bags and go?
Yes.
Now?
No hurry. An hour. 2 hours.
Chameleon. Hello, Jenny. This is a pleasant surprise. Come in.
Hello, Brian. I should have run. I hope I haven't disturbed you.
No, of course not. I've just had my supper. There's some coffee, if you'd like some.
Oh, yes, please.
I'd offer you something to eat, but...
Oh, no, thank you. I have eaten. I've been out all afternoon. It's been so gorgeous.
Hasn't it? I've been outside myself most of the day.
Well, I came back by way of the park. I thought I'd drop in and see if you were here.
Have a nice weekend. Of course, you didn't go to the race, did you?
No, it's not my kind of thing.
Yeah, nor mine. Still, I gather David did quite well. He was placed, anyway.
You'll be pleased.
No doubt. Well, still, if it amuses him, why not? But I hope it's not going to interfere with his work with the company. It's going to be very time-consuming.
Oh, yes, but I think he needs an interest outside the company.
Yes, perhaps you're right. It seemed that he hasn't really had his heart entirely in everything he does at the depot, recently, anyway.
I've noticed that. I think he feels underemployed.
What? I should have thought looking for new contracts was full-time employment if it's done properly. Well, anyway, let's hope that motor racing provides him with renewed inspiration.
Martin says being quoted on the stock exchange should bring us in a load of new customers.
Well, certainly will, if all goes well.
He's confident it will. He's really committed to Hammond's, isn't he?
Yes.
I had lunch with him yesterday. He said how much he enjoyed working with us.
I think you have a lot to do with that, Jenny. He's very fond of you.
Has he told you that?
Well, it's self-evident.
Well, I like him too.
Have you seen much of him?
Well, quite a bit. Of course, you've known him some time, haven't you?
Oh, yes. I still don't feel I understand him completely. He doesn't, reveal much of himself. Not through unwillingness, he's just rather withdrawn with people. I don't know if you found that.
I think it's the way he's been trained. I think all you accountants are naturally cautious.
Are we? Yes, I suppose you're right. We're probably too businesslike in our personal affairs. We have trouble saying what we really feel, and so we sometimes make it sound rather formal, lacking in warmth.
Times I sense he doesn't show me his true self.
Well, he may be a bit sensitive about your position together in the company. Perhaps he finds it difficult to separate his relation with you on the board to that outside. They may overlap.
Well, same was true with me and Edward. Only with Edward we seemed to make the transition naturally. We didn't think about it. Outside the depot it was just Edward and Jennifer. The rest followed. I suppose we had a natural rapport.
Well, Ted's like you, frank and open. Martin does know how you still feel about Ted.
Oh, yes, I told him.
Well, you see, that must create an awkward situation for him, too. What was his reaction?
Oh, very understanding. That's That's why I like him so much. Brian, I'm going to have to make a decision soon, aren't I?
Well, it would seem so.
Oh, I do like him. But I love Edward. However much I think about it, I always come back to that. I suppose that should decide things for me. You know things aren't always as easy as that, don't you?
No, indeed. I loved Anne, but that only seemed to create problems.
Go through there. Let me take
I'm sorry about coming like this. I didn't know where else to go.
Anne, you don't look at all well. Look as though you haven't been to bed all night. And you're shivering.
Nicholas is gone.
Look, I'll get you a drink.
I couldn't go back to my house. So I went to the airport and I sat in the departure lounge all night. I saw him go this morning.
Well, where's he gone to?
New York. I saw the plane take off.
Well, isn't he coming back?
I don't know.
Did he see you?
No. Thank you. I watched him go through. He had Virginia with him.
And The Brothers is back at the same time next week. Next this morning, we've comedy with Rhoda.